everyone, thanks so much for joining me for a flip through of my previous December daily albums. So I've been doing this project now for the last 8 years, and I realised the other day that I've only ever posted one flip through of my album, which was from 2016 on my channel, so thought it might be a good idea to share the rest of them with you. So here goes. Okay, let's dive into 2022. So this year I used the floral album from Ali Edwards, 6x8 size. It's got a couple of lovely deep cat scratches on the front that I don't think you can see on this video, but they're really deep. But oh well, that's the price of living with cats. So for the opening page, I just did a vinyl cutout of one of the, I think it ended up being a digital stamp, but sorry, the glare on that is absolutely awful from my lighting. Oh, if I keep it there. So yeah, I did a vinyl cutout and just laid it onto some acetate, and then just did 2022 in gold and stuck a bit of chipboard just here. This is a vellum sheet that I just printed out. I don't love it, to be honest. May well change that, because every time I open this album, I just go, ugh, don't like that. So in fact, let's take that out now. And then I won't just leave it. In fact, it probably looks better just without that, So this is the calendar from the Paisley Press mini kit. I buy the digital version and just print out what I need when I need it. I like the flexibility of altering sizes and colours and stuff. So I do normally include a calendar in most of my albums. Never really bother with filling them in with anything apart from the dates, just so that I know what date fell on what day, really. So when the weekends were mainly. But yeah, so there's the 2022 calendar. This is my reason why page. As I opened this album just before starting to record, I realised that this rubber piece just here is really sliding everywhere and sticky and greasy, and it's like melted the page protector a bit where it's been sitting against it. So I think I need to cover that up, get rid of it, stick something else there. But yeah, I went with really neutral embellishments on that page, cut out holes in this on my silhouette and layered it with vellum in between, and then just cut out the reason why bit in gold vellum and put that on there, and then it's all of that green on the inside. Really love that one, actually. That's one of my favourites that I've ever done. Stitched it on with the gold thread as well. This was the year I got my sewing machine, I think, so there's quite a lot of stitching in here. Not all of it good, but I don't care. So yeah, that's that one. Back of that is the day one story, just going into Nottingham, which is my local city. We live about half an hour away from there, so it's quite easy to get to. They're kind of like the colour cast design. I think they were acrylic ones, but I just made my own version with a number and then cut out a vinyl sort of inlay of the outline bit, really. But yeah, layered that up and made it like chipboard, just put it on some of the printed out vellum that I did. Day two was the advent bags. They were in baskets this year. I like the way that you can see the reflection of the wallpaper in there, and I put the number 2 on our light fixture. Quite a simple one. Day 3 was the trip to London. We got really early that year. We normally go and like stay overnight and go to a hotel and stuff like that. But this year we decided we were just going to go for one day. Got the train there really early in the morning, and then the train back really late at night. Walked over 25,000 steps, which was over 10 miles. Was out of the house for 17 hours. So just put some of the stats on that vellum page that was printed. And then did templates to include a lot of the pictures. So this one's, I think most of the templates that I've used are in a Creative Bubble ones, but just did a flip out there. Oh, actually it would help if I moved that so you could see it. There we go. So yeah, this is one of the Ali Edwards cards. I think it was originally a 4x4 from the December Daily Kids kit a few years ago. But in Photoshop, I just extended it further down to make it, I think it was a 4x8 or something like that. And then used the template to put all of the pictures on there. When I was trimming it, I did actually cut a hole in it there, but it's still attached. It's still quite sturdy, so that's fine. So that's that one. And then on the back, there's just some more. I've got some physical embellishments on there with just a little puffy star. Move that further across. And this is outside. It's Neil Strain Florist in, I think it's Belgravia in London. Or is it Knightsbridge? It's somewhere in London anyway. I'm sure it's Belgravia. But we go every year because they do an absolutely fantastic like door display. It's different every year as well. So we normally go and just take pictures out there. There's a load of influencers and stuff like that that are all just there, almost queuing up sometimes just to take pictures outside. But we tend to go a bit later on in the day when it's quieter, but we always get a decent picture. So that I just cut out on vinyl and just stuck it to the outside of the page protector just to bring a bit of the red up there. So this was our tree for 2022. These are homemade chipboard embellishments again. They were just ones from Inner Creative Bubble that I printed out, cut out with a punch and then layered them up with some other bits. This I did it as, so this is like almost a vinyl, well, almost an acrylic one, because I cut it out of the glossy vinyl, but cut out, I think, 3 layers of vinyl and layered it up that way. So it was almost making it an acrylic one rather than a chipboard one. And I really like the way that turned out. It's just got enough dimension so that you can feel it without it being really, really bulky. And the glossiness of it really makes it look like acrylic. So that was the story of the tree. Day 5 was about my eldest daughter and I doing Christmas jigsaws. This one, as I said before, stitching. I just stitched down some of the lines on this vellum that I'd printed, use zigzag stitch over straight stitch. Really like the texture of that actually. I might do that again this year in some sort of way. It makes me happy every time I feel that one because the texture on it's great. Picture of me and my eldest. Just that goes with that one actually. So then we've got the Christmas bedding for that year for day 6. So this was my daughter's room. They've got their own rooms, but they have matching bedding. And then their Christmas trees in their own rooms, and then our bedding in our room. Day 7 was Violent Night at the cinema. I actually really, really enjoyed that. It's so cheesy and so stupid, but I just really enjoyed it. Day 8 was family outing with my brother-in-law and father-in-law and my husband. It wasn't my husband at the time though, we only got married this year. So we went to Nottingham and went to the Old Trip to Jerusalem, which is the oldest pub in England. Been there since 1189, so quite a bit of history with that one. Vellum printout. So day 9 I made in advance. You can see the stitching everywhere in this album, but I actually really like it. I'm definitely going to do that again this year. So these tags were from Tracy Reed Designs. I don't know if they were actually designed as tags or if they were just designed as like word stamps and I put them onto tags and cut them out. But what I did for this, so let me take all of them out actually and then you'll be able to see. So I did acetate and stitched it onto the page. Did several versions of this before I finally decided on stitching it on because it keeps it quite flat. There's not as much bulkiness with it if you just stitch it on. So you don't have to have the fold over flat bits. And then these tags, I cut them out on each of them, then did another layer underneath with the patterned paper. And then we've got a journaling card. And then on the back of each of the patterned paper bits, we have pictures of the cats. So 4 cats, 4 tags. We only had 1 dog that year, so he's included on his own page. But I really like these. I'm trying to think what else I could do. This is one of our cats, unfortunately no longer with us. She was very long. And that one, big ginger one. And the final one on here. So they just all sit in that pocket quite nicely. And there's not a lot of bulk, as I said, so happy with that one. Day 10, so I've got a filler page on the back of that, and then I've got these people covered up because I don't have permission to put them on YouTube, but that was just my crop that I go to. Oh, and we've got one of the cats wanting to say hello. Hello. Good girl. No, you're not in this album, Edna. Okay, day 11 was about going to the ice hockey. That was the first time we'd been, and everybody now loves it, and we go, well, quite regularly, several times a year at least, so that was good. Day 12, I've had to cover up a couple of little bits on this, but it was basically the story of how the Coca-Cola truck came to the village that I live in, and it was really unexpected because it's a tiny little village compared to the other places that it were going to that were major cities. So yeah, we obviously went down to that, and that's just a flip up. It's just got the bits cut out so that it comes off the rings. Edna, thank you. And just pictures of us with the truck. Day 13 was the cake that I made. I used a ton of food colouring in it and made it really, really bright green with red icing, and then covered it in icing sugar. It was a chocolate cake, or chocolate flavoured cake anyway, I think. No, it wasn't. It was a vanilla cake. Yeah, it was a vanilla cake, but with the food colouring, it ended up... Edna. So it was a vanilla cake, but the amount of food colouring in it made it quite a dark colour, so it looked like chocolate, but when I put all of the icing sugar over the outside, you couldn't tell that it was green. It just looked like a chocolate cake. So it was quite a surprise when we cut into it. Well, not when we cut into it for me, because obviously I knew, but for the girls, they were quite surprised that it was green. This was the Christmas card that I made that year. Really simple, just embossed a stamp into the shape of a giant ornament, and then just stuck the number on it. I thought I'd include the actual card because it made it easier. And then on the back of that, there is a photo of the lollipops that my youngest gave out to all of her classmates. We cut all of these out on the silhouette and stuck some googly eyes on them and made them into reindeers. So that's the journal card that is on acetate, and then when you lay it over, it just looks like that on that. I really like that one as well. Day 15, this is a flip out. This was originally, I think it was a 6x4 card, but I printed it out at whatever it was, A4 sized, and then made it into a flip over. Still need to put 15 on here actually. I'll do that with stamps and then just stamp something in the other box, but thank you, good girl. But yeah, so that just flips out to show things that we were wishing for that year, everybody individually. And then now that Edna's moved, I'll show you at the end, I just included and world peace. Day 16, we went for brunch at it's a deli in Nottingham. Really, really nice. They do some lovely stuff in there, but it's quite pricey. So this is just another vellum filler in between the two stories. It's a paisley press one. I'm not sure what kit it's from. I think there's been a few different versions, but I've printed them out in different colours and have included them in several albums, and that's fine by me. So yeah, 17 was just the story of pyjamas. That was the ones the girls had that year. 18 was the wrapping paper. This flat lay of some of the presents that I wrapped up. Not all of them look like this. These were the ones that were intended for the photograph, so that's why they look extra, extra good. Another vellum, no, acetate divider. Day 19, just the story of us playing games in the evening in December. It's not from any specific night. We played games multiple nights in December, so it's just a picture from one of the nights. I actually set my camera up over the other side of the room and did that with my watch, so that I was in the picture. Day 20, finally getting to Starbucks to go get hot chocolates for the girls. I don't drink coffee, so that was just for them. Little 3x8 insert here. It's in a creative bubble with all of the Christmas cups on there. Day 21 is the story of the girls spending time with my mum. They absolutely love going to her house for sleepovers, and they just laugh constantly when they're together. So she only lives down the other end of the village, so they see her quite often. So 20, is this 22? Yeah, 22. So Christmas films that we watched this year. No journaling needed. That's just a chipboard from Ellie's studio and a template from, I think it's Shannon Pages. I'll try and include the link down below if I can find it. Another vellum divider. Day 23, dog walk. Very, very muddy dog walk, I might add, to Cork Abbey, which is local to us. So this is the before picture where he was lovely and clean, and then afterwards he just looks like a filthy beast. Big full page photo there. That was a digital stamp that I put on this one. Day 24, Christmas Eve, just a photo collage. That was just digital paper that I put in the background of that so we could put the number on. Doing the food shopping. We always have a takeaway on Christmas Eve, so that was the boys eating theirs. Elf with treats for Santa. Basket that he bought with treats for the girls. And then we've got Christmas Day. So I barely did anything for Christmas Day and Boxing Day on this year. Literally just the one page photo. If there's a specific story, then I'd include that as journaling, but Christmas Day is Christmas Day. So yeah, that's Christmas Day. Boxing Day, I always go to day 26 rather than 25 because I do Christmas dinner on Boxing Day. But the only photograph from that day was Noah and Tilda both wearing their Panthers jerseys that they got for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed that. Come back soon. I'll be uploading 2021 next. Feel free to subscribe. Click that bell if you want to get notified of when I upload any videos, and hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.